some real nectar happening over there. I was talking to Dr. Shaw. Well, Gurudev has been personally meeting with various local families, and it's very amazing how he's dealing with them, and particularly, unexpectedly, he's giving mercy to them practically by tricking them and by force. How? Give you an example. Amal Krishna Prabhu, you know who he is? He's the driver. Okay, when they came, he and the two other devotees came to Vrindavan for Kartik. Gurudev also kind of tricked them. They took initiation. So Amal Krishna has his brother, has given his house like this, but his brother is not really a devotee yet. And
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Bhakt Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gaura Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Let I go, Haribo, 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 Haribo. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada. Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada. Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada. Bhakti Vedanta Srila. Haribo, Haribo, Haribo.
Namaste Premananda Padayane Kalaklasamashaya Janavi Pataye Namaha Radhi Brindavanadashi Karuna Mitavani Kripayani Jabadabhya Samayam Pradiyata. We're very fortunate to have Srila Narayana Maharaj here. I wasn't prepared to say anything. For a long time, I was praying to Srila Prabhupada what to do. I didn't want to make any mistake. I wanted to do something that will please him. I prayed very deeply to Srimati Radharani and Srila Prabhupada what to do. And it became very clear that for my life, to take shelter of such a exalted Vaishnava, pure devotee, like Srila Narayana Maharaj, a very rare thing. The Guru is a Radha Priya Saki, Gaura Priya Jana, not of this world. He's coming down, and his mercy is infinite, and his love is infinite. And through my dear god sister Jadharani, we made the connection a few years ago, which I'm most obliged. When you get to know Srila Narayana Maharaj, somehow something takes over in your life and your heart. And just by seeing him and hearing his katha throughout the scriptures, the most vital thing is to hear Hari Katha from the lips of a pure devotee. We don't know our fortune by being in this room with Srila Narayana Maharaj. We can't even imagine how fortunate we are. I don't even know how this has really come about. It's nothing of my doing. It's from a higher world has arranged this. To understand Guru Tattva is a very, very deep thing. And without a question of a doubt, in my heart and life, Srila Prabhupada would be very happy that we take shelter and hear from our divine guardian, Srila Narayana Maharaj. All he wants to do is help us in any way that we need help. He's so affectionate and so loving. Hopefully, he'll stay here for a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And what I've seen with the devotees that are with him is such a loving family. And they're helping me in a lot of ways because Srila Narayana Maharaj reflects that in their hearts. We want to make it as comfortable and pleasant for our Gurudev to be here. And it's simply his mercy that he is here. A most intimate associate, the Radha Priya Saki, or the divine companion of Srimati Radharani, and the close associates of Mahaprabhu come down to this world, and it's those persons who can really change our lives and change our hearts to the highest degree. So anyways, Gurudev asked me to say something. I don't know what to say. I'm a little bit overwhelmed. So all the devotees coming here, I thank you personally. Thank you very much. And if there's anything I can do to help you, to assist you while you come and visit, please let me know, because Gurudev is not happy till all the Vaishnavas are taken care of.
This is one of the verse which indicate that our movement, which we are participating in Kali Yuga, very fortunately, joined in by the grace of sadhus, and just like this movement coming from the Sankirtan movement from the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan, similarly, the Vaishnavas are manifesting that mood in our sampradaya, and especially Srila Narayana Maharaj, who is well known of his scholarship and dedication and his purity of being a Vaishnava. And I myself, as just this Prabhu, Devendra Prabhu expressed, that he himself feels very fortunate, and he's unable to express how fortunate he is. So I myself express the same, because to associate is a real Vaishnava is very rare. It says the scriptures that those who have surrendered to the lotus feet of Krishna can sanctify those who come in touch with them. Whereas the Ganges of the water can sanctify someone up to prolonged use. So you see, I'm sure many of you have been in India and have taken baths in the Ganga, but you may express how much effect it had it on your consciousness. You don't know. But by just a glimpse of associating a pure Vaishnava can change your heart and your whole consciousness and existence. So that's why very important that always have sadhusanga, which is always emphasized. But sadhusanga doesn't mean that you only just listen and avoid any service. Pranipatena Pariprashna Sevaya must be applied when we come to as guru. Which means when you come to a guru, you with fallen hands, you surrender at his lotus feet and ask for seva darshan, not bhogya darshan. And this way we can attain our perfection and go back to Godhead with a very short time. And it's just phrases I'm using because by just telling you all these things may be very poetical and beautiful, sound beautiful, but it's practical. Spiritual life is not theoretical, but also practical. Both must hand in hand, because we live in a world of duality, practical and theoretical. And if you neglect any of them, then we have to take birth again. Of course, nothing wrong with it, as long as we are situated in Krishna consciousness with Krishna. Whether you take in a lower birth, a hog or a dog or whatever makes no difference, because Uddhava is praying for become a grass in Vrindavan. So if we have this Vrindavan consciousness, whether you are here in Yukai, you pronounce it, is Vrindavan is not a geographical or a place, but is a consciousness. And now we have Vrindavan fully manifesting here by the grace of a pure devotee who took the burden to come here so many kilometers away from geographically, I mean, because he's not away from Vrindavan, because Vrindavan is right here, you know. I'm stepping on Vrindavan. I hope I'm not. So this is what you have to understand, that the Vrindavan is a consciousness and not a place that you go there and go for shopping. You understand? Most of the time we go to Vrindavan, what do we see? Go to Loy Bazaar and buy up the Loy Bazaar and have business here to satisfy a wife who needs new saris and new bangles, isn't it? So, and the new car we need. But you never make a mistake. Of course, maybe you have to do as a household duty, but also never forget to take baths in the Yamun and Radhakund especially, and take parikram. And the most important thing, go to a saint who is well known to take the holy dust of his lotus feet. Because we go to the temple when there is only a sadhu. If there is no sadhu in the temple, you go there and what will happen to you? The people will rip you off of money, you know, because ask for donation, you know, it's unlimited donation you can give, but a sadhu will never ask anything because he's nishkinsha. He doesn't need anything. Maharaj, do you need anything? Yes, he wants to give something, but if you go to him with something material, he cannot give you. He will cheat you. Because Guru has two very powerful Shakti. Kripana and Vanchana. One of my Guru Maharaj of the many, I have Srila Gorgandhara Maharaj, he always said that if you come to me, all right, but if you come with duplicitous motives, I will give you Vanchana, and you go away for eternally. You understand? You bewilder with that rubbish you get out of me, because I give you Devananath, whatever you need. You understand? Nice wife, nice car, nice house, everything, and then you have to take birth again so many times, and so many karma will come upon your head. You understand? So take seriously, Maharaj. You said he is your guru. So please take seriously and surrender to him fully. Dandabas. Dandabas is not just only to Dandabas, Maharaj, but fully, and take in practical term. So I don't want to expand because I want to listen to my own voice. And please excuse me. This is what I want to say, because I come here. Krishna twist me around all the way, and I went to not a psychologist, sorry, but an astrologer in Vrindavan, and he told me that you're going to be helped out by a gopi. And I was wondering, I don't know any gopi because I'm a brahmachari. You understand? I don't associate with any women. So I was wondering in my mind, who is the person? And then it's revealed. Maharaj is the guru that I come to and I cannot avoid any further, but I have to surrender. So I hope he will accept me, this sinful man like me, and I benefit his holy association and benefit association of all of you. Because all my brothers are here, you're all my brothers and brothers, because we are one family, whether you are woman or man, as a designation, we are one family. So we should not, of course, discrimination must be there, don't mix, but but we are one family, and we should keep it that way.
Jnanatimmirandasya gananjana shalakaya chakshum tam jena tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swagatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamal Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragnatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padasaha Gana Lalita Shri Vishakam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sudeva Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastabhutle Shimate Gauragovinasona. First, before speaking, I'd like to offer my humble obeisances to the holy lotus feet of my divine Diksha Guru, Srila Gauragovinaswami. Also, I'd like to offer my humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of my divine Param Guru, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And also I'd like to offer my obeisances unto the holy lotus feet of my divine Shiksha Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj. You have to excuse me, I've been outside putting up a tent feverishly, trying to get here. I've been outside putting up a tent, so I'm kind of sweating and a little bit out of breath. So, just following in the same kind of line of thinking of Devendranath Prabhu and Maharaj. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, is stated Chiradadattam Nijagupta Vitam Swaprema Namamritam Achudara Apamaram Yo Vitatara Gora Krishno Janabayas Tamaham Prapadye. That Chiradadattam Nijagupta Vitam, that for a long time Krishna, he is not bestowed upon the fallen conditioned souls of this material world. This Vraja Prem, that he comes in the different ages and is giving love of God, but such love is is tinged with this mood of Aishvarya Gyan. And Krishna, he comes once in the day of Lord Brahma, and he teaches, he speaks through the Bhagavad Gita, and he explains Savam Dhammam Prityaja Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Also, he explains Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto Matiji Mam Namaskuru, that we should surrender unto him, we should abandon all varieties of religion, all conceptions, designations, upadhis, and ultimately that we should always think of him, worship him in love. But Krishna explains in the Gita, but after Krishna winds up his Leela and he goes to Golok, he's thinking that for residents of this planet to understand this in tattva and truth, it's very, very difficult. So I have to come again. So he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Mahaprabhu comes, then that verse, Chiradadatam nejagupta vitam swaprema namamritamachudara apamaram yo vitatara gora Krishno janebhyas tamaham prapadye. That he gives swaprema namritam. He gives his own prem through the holy name, prem nam sankirtan. Maharaj, he quoted the verse, Goloka Premadan Harinam Sankirtan. So Mahaprabhu is giving his own prem through chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But it's just not Nam Sankirtan, but it's Prem Nam Sankirtan. It's imbued with the mood of the residents of Vrindavan, the Brijbasis. And specifically, it's imbued with the mood of the gopis, more specifically Srimati Radharani. Apamaram yo vitatara gora, that he's so munificent that he's given it to the apamaras, to one and all, not just those who may come from Brahmin families or who have so many qualifications, but apamara. Apamara means he's given to the lowest even. Apamaram yo vitatara gora, Krishno janebhyas tamaham prabhati. So to that Lord Krishna, we pay our obeisances. So Mahaprabhu, he comes, and he's giving the holy name, imbued with this Vraj Bhakti, Vraj Prem. And he departs, but falling from him are his very intimate associates. Devendra Prabhu was explaining, such intimate associates, they are Gora Priyajanas. They're very dear to Mahaprabhu. And also, they're Radha Priyasakis. They're intimate associates of Srimati Radharani. And they are always on the earth, traveling and benedicting the fallen conditioned souls. Not just with Nam Sankirtan, but with Prem Nam Sankirtan. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, 6 Goswamis, Narottam Das Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So these persons, they're intimate associates of Mahaprabhu, and they have this Vraj Prem. And in the mood of Mahaprabhu, they're going and they're giving the holy name, and internally also they're tasting. So I'm feeling very, very fortunate because first coming in contact with spiritual life through ISKCON, I joined in 78. Srila Prabhupada had left the planet in 77, so I never met Srila Prabhupada physically. And I was initiated first by Jaya Tirtha, and he fell down, then by Bhagavan, he fell down. And then I was very fortunate to come in contact with very great Mahabhagavat, His Holiness Srila Gaura Govinda Swami. And I got little taste of what it is to come in contact with such rare personalities who carry this mood. Where they go, then this atmosphere is there. Even if one is very, very thick, still just in their presence, this special atmosphere, which is carried by Rasika Bhaktas, it permeates. And where they go, a festival is there. So when I came, I just told Chaitanya Chandra, don't worry. Gurudev's coming, it's just gonna happen. Because wherever they go, they have Krishna, and everything just happens very, very nicely, very sweetly. It's stated, Krishna se toma, Krishna dite paro, toma sakati ache. Amito Kangala, Krishna, Krishna boli, Daitava Pache Pache. That such Vaishnavas, they have Krishna within their heart, Krishna Setuma, and they can give, and they're giving Krishna, Krishna Ditepa. Toma Sakatiyachi, Amito Kangala. So, we who do not have Krishna, but we aspire to serve Srimati Radharani and Krishna, then we just follow such Vaishnavas to do whatever service as beggars and just begging, please give me Krishna, give me Krishna, give me Krishna, give me Krishna. So somehow, I don't know how, but actually I know how, just by the mercy of my spiritual master, my Diksha Guru, Gaura Govinda Swami, I am able to take to whatever limited degree I'm able the association of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj. And I am feeling so fortunate and so happy that somehow I'm able to be in this situation. Actually, I'm a blind person. I don't know who's who. But within my heart, I just feel so safe in his association. I do not know philosophy. I don't know anything. But I just know that what he says I can follow and it's right. I may not know what it is, what it's not. I try to know, but I'm so limited. What can I know? So, this is the mercy of my spiritual master, that he has directed me in this way to the very safe, very soothing, very sweet lotus feet of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj. And we see that he's so merciful that just before coming, in India, there was talk of operation, heart operation, so many things. And then finally, it was decided, no, it's okay, he doesn't have to have the heart operation. Then in Delhi, they arranged some programs and they take him all over Delhi. And he's so obliging that he doesn't say no, and he just goes. And when different devotees want him here and there, and he goes and he speaks. But then he came down with pneumonia 2 days before. And then doctor said, okay, it's all right to travel. And now, such late age, such physical, so many impediments, he's coming and just giving. And heart is so soft, but determination is so strong, that Guru Deva said that he will keep on coming till his last breath. How fortunate we are. That he has so much, and he's just coming to give. One time in England, he said that Swamiji, he has ordered me. So whether they like it or not, then I will take the medicine and I'll force it in their mouth. Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj ki Jai. So this is Sadhu Vaidya, transcendental physician. He knows just how much to give to whom, how, where, every situation. So in his association, we don't have to worry about a thing. There's a song, you don't have to worry about a thing. With Gurudev, you don't have to worry about a thing. Just sit down, just take it in, enjoy, serve, and in this way we can please our Gurudevs, and we can please Srila Prabhupada and the disciplic succession, which says that the first, one place I heard, maybe it was in Prabhupada's book, says Acharya, something like Rakshanam, that the first duty of the Acharya is to protect the Sampradaya. So, the Gurudev is coming, and he's protecting the Sampradaya by re-establishing proper spiritual principles, re-establishing proper siddhanta. And sometimes we may not want to take, but he is so kind that he's just forcing it in. But it's so sweet that once come, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, that's it. Finish. Just like they say, if you go to Vamsivat and you come in contact with that blue boy with his Tribangalita Roop playing the flute, then you'll forget family, society, friendship, and love. So you come and you hear the sweet Harikatha coming from the lips of Srila Gurudev, then Krishna in that form. Then after that, then come mad and just follow the traveling roadshow, the transcendental roadshow. So I have, I guess I could say more, but I don't think there's any need. But I'm just very, very fortunate and grateful. And I just pray to Vaishnavas to please help me, pray for me that I can be an instrument for my Guru Maharaj, Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj, by being an instrument for Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj in purifying my heart and to whatever degree I can do to help others. Hare Krishna.
Sripad Urukam Prabhu is senior and very sincere Vaishnava. He was initiated by Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, your Prabhupada. And since then he is serving, preaching. So I want that he should speak at least 5 minutes to tell what is the aim and object of mine to come here and to go away free fire.
Om Jnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatara. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namane. Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Adorya Madhurya Gunaishcha Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanastam Shirisha Namami. Namo Mahabhadanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaura Trishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vrindai Tulasi Devyai Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Sajavachai Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Rama. Our beloved Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, ventured forth to the Western world to deliver the divine teachings of his beloved Gurudev Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and the entire disciplic succession back to 6 Goswamis and Sriman Mahaprabhu. His mission was to distribute the same teachings that the acharyas distributed to the world. We know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami, personally, in the highest tenets of the bhakti path. And he instructed them that they should distribute this to the world in the form of writing so many shastras. And they were to convey to the world why Mahaprabhu, why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended to this world. So many wonderful shastras they composed, so many divine shlokas full of so much tattva, so much depth they gave to the world on his order. And they revealed the purpose of his descent. There is the prayer we pray to Srila Rupa Goswami. Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadama Hyam Dadati Sva Padantikam. That Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, he fulfilled the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his Mano Abhishtam, his most heartfelt, his deepest desire. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to this world to distribute to the jiva souls something which had not been given previously for so many yugas. Even Sri Krishna himself came, descended 5,000 years ago, but he did not distribute the transcendental prem very easily. One had to be very, very qualified to have this prem. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended to this world, and we know from our acharyas that this is Krishna himself again coming, but coming especially with very great mercy, completely endowed with the merciful nature of Srimati Radhika, and to distribute this mercy to the world and to taste very special internal desires that Krishna had. We have heard the 3 internal desires of Sri Krishna. I'll not elaborate because I want to make this short. So, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended, he came to distribute very freely to all the jiva souls who are suffering in Kali Yuga. That we are in the lowest position, the most fallen, the most patita. But he came to elevate all the fallen conditioned souls, and not just to elevate them even to Vaikuntha, but only to give them the highest Vraja Prem, the love of the Vrajavasis for Krishna. And even more specific than that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give to the jiva souls their highest possible attainment for the jiva. And this is the most esoteric understanding of our disciplic succession. That is Radha Dasyam, the service of the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. In our disciplic line, all of our acharyas are in this madhurya mood of Radha Dasyam. And they represent the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on all levels. But specifically they are pointing in this direction, that we should desire, that we should develop lobha, some kind of greed, that we want to have this thing. Why? Because it is the very highest, it is the greatest treasure, it is the most sublime truth. And this is the very purpose for which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended. So Srila Prabhupada, our beloved Divine Master, came to the Western world to give to all the jivas ultimately this same thing that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended to give. But it is not always possible to give until there is some qualification, some what is called adhikar. So some adhikar had to be created. So he gave so many processes, the very process that we are trying to pursue in our lives. The chanting of Mahamantra, the association of sadhus, sadhu sangha, nam kirtan, bhagavat shravan, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. He gave Srimad Bhagavatam to the world. He gave all of these different methods of bhakti, and he emphasized to us that we should try to go deeply, try to dive deep into this. But his time was not so long with us. He was only with us for a few years. It is not overnight that one can achieve this highest level of bhakti. It may be a number of lifetimes. But he started everyone on this path. He came to the Western world and took anyone from any position to start them on this path of bhakti. And so, when he left, he had accomplished so much, but yet he wanted to do so much more. He was asked once, in 1975, that if you are able to complete the translation of the Srimad Bhagavatam, then what will you translate after that, Srila Prabhupada? Will you translate perhaps Mahabharata or Vedanta Sutra? And then Prabhupada responded that these scriptures are not so important to us in terms of bhakti. But the scriptures, the shastras which have been given by the Goswamis, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, these are very specific, very helpful for us to go deep into bhakti. So he tried to give in the time span that he had. Chaitanya Charitamrita he gave. In part. He gave part of Chaitanya Charitamrita. You may ask, well, how is that? He translated all the verses. Yes, but the acharyas, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, they gave so many further explanations for so many of the shlokas. But he intended also to give that later. At that time, he gave what we could understand. So it was his intention that progress would continue to be made. And in order to ensure that his disciples would continue to go forward in bhakti, he established an entire society whereby everyone can have sadhu sangha. We can associate with one another and we can go forward. But what is most essential is the type of sadhu sangha. Srila Rupa Goswami describes that real sadhu sangha means that you are associating with someone who is in the same mood and who is very affectionate and who is also superior to oneself. That is real sadhu sangha. So, in our society there were certain levels of sadhus available at the time when Prabhupada disappeared. But certainly there was a necessity for much more advanced sadhu sangha like Prabhupada in a higher caliber. So Srila Prabhupada personally asked Srila Narayana Maharaj at the time when he was departing from this world. He called him and held his hands in his own hands and requested him that you please perform my samadhi burial with your own hands. With tears in his eyes, Prabhupada asked like this. And Prabhupada asked, he told him, he said, I have brought so many of these, my disciples, to Krishna consciousness. And they have made some progress, but there is so much more progress required. You please help them to go higher in bhakti. And at that time, Srila Narayana Maharaj responded to Prabhupada, I will do as you order. I accept you as my Siksha Guru, and I will take your order on my head. and I will carry it out till my last breath. So he has come here, and for the last 18 years, since Prabhupada's disappearance, he has continually been giving so much guidance, so much help. Anyone that is coming to him, he is openly, freely giving from his heart so much help and guidance. And now he is venturing forth, as Govinda Bhakta Prabhu said, in old age he is coming, undergoing so much difficulty. Why? Because he wants to give the mercy that is in his heart, that he has received from his beloved Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj, and the disciplic line. So our family is one. There are not differences. Some people may misunderstand that there are some differences, but there is no difference. The teachings of our disciplic line are one. And we are very, very fortunate to be in the presence of a personality who has actually tasted these higher moods and bhavs of Krishna consciousness. And he can convey them to us very sweetly, very beautifully. The shloka I just recited, Shri Krishna lila katuneshu daksham adorya madhurya gunaishcha yuktam. This is describing that Srila Narayana Maharaj is very expert, sudaksham, in describing the sweet leelas of Radha and Krishna and the Vrajavasis with Krishna, and also the beautiful leelas of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And those of us who have had opportunity to travel with him, to be with him, we literally find ourselves swimming in this nectar. So much happiness, so much bliss. And it is our desire that somehow or other we can assist in his mission, because his mission is the same mission of our beloved Srila Prabhupada. So on this auspicious day, we pray at the lotus feet of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj that he bless us and bestow upon us his mercy in the form of this beautiful Krishna Katha, and stay with us many, many more days and years, so that we can go forward as all of our gurus want us to. Gaura Premanande, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj ki jai.
I know Sripad Buddhat Prabhu is very sincere and serious Vaishnava. He has served so much to Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj from his previous days when he started preaching in Western countries. He is also a very renowned astrologer. He told me that you will preach our whole world. I could not think even that I will go to all countries, but he told that you will be able to, you will go, and everywhere you will preach. Now I am saying that he is astrologer. I want to make him an astrologer of Golok Vrindavan in the line of Gargacharya. He was so much great astrologer in the whole world. So I wish that he should be disciple of Gargacharya and he should serve Krishna and Radha and all others. He will speak some 4 lines that why I have come here. He is helping so much. I think that all are helping me to preach the same thing, same message, same object that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to preach. Rupa Goswami, Chaitanya Manobhishtam, he told. After that, Raghunath Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Narottam Thakur, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and after that Baldev Vidyabhushan, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baldev Vidyabhushan, and after that Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and after that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, he came. And after that, my Guruji, Nitya Leela Pravishtam Vishnu Pasishun Bhakti, Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, and my Shiksha Guru, Reverend Ashtotar Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. And as he told that he has ordered me to help his devotees in so many ways. So I want that he should tell 4 lines, something.
Om Agyantamirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurandaitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakopatubhyascha Kripasinivyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Well, the first thing I want to say is that I take very seriously Maharaj's blessing, and I covet that more than anything else. And I don't know what I'm going to do to make sure that I get delivered to that post. But I'll ask all of you to second his blessing so that I get there. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Just a few words. We all are part of a fantastic, wonderful spiritual society. Sometimes our acharyas have described how that society is manifest to the external eye, and sometimes our acharyas have described how that society appears to be unmanifested. By material calculation, it's very difficult to determine how this spiritual sangha is actually working in the deepest way. One thing is for sure, and speaking as an astrologer, I can say that all of the devotees of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj, all of these devotees, all of these Vaishnavas are great souls and great saints. We live in the Kali Yuga, and sometimes the dirt of the Kali Yuga covers us or affects us in the way that we execute our service. There's a great deal of dirt in the Kali Yuga. And at different times, all of us here, we're big boys and girls, we're all mature, we've been through a lot. We know that those forces which are inimical to the spreading of pure bhakti and the tenets which have been presented by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, those forces are not very happy with the liberating, uplifting, and pure message which is given by our acharyas. In many ways, these forces have at times brought havoc into our sangha, and in some cases, either collectively or personally, distracted us from the path of bhakti. This has, from a social point of view, had some unfortunate effects, but I'm always encouraged because I know that in the heart of real devotees, there's a tenacity to hold on to the lotus feet of Sri Guru and Gauranga, no matter what happens in our lives. For a long time now, I have watched the astrological chart of ISKCON, what I call the mystical body of ISKCON, the great sangha of Vaishnavas in the universe. And I have seen how this period of time would herald a new beginning, a refreshing of preaching, in a way very different from what we've experienced so far. And I felt that
Sangha would happen in a very spontaneous, natural, almost grassroots type of manner, where devotees are reaching out and helping each other and helping and encouraging each other to be powerful and be true to the mission of Mahaprabhu and do as much as we can to serve the parampara. But it's a great drama. It's actually a cosmic drama. The forces that we talked about, they're the antagonists. But the protagonists are the great saints and sadhus who come just in the nick of time when all seems lost or all seems devastated, when we're forlorn or morose or despondent. And it was with great pleasure that indeed I came across the chart of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj, even in practically speaking, before I had any association with him. And I could see that here is one of Sri Sri Radha Krishna's messengers. Here is one of the great sadhus, the great associates of my beloved Gurudev Srila Prabhupada. And so I was very, very happy. And I think my experience in traveling with him and in associating with him and in seeing the magical effect of being with a sadhu who is so deeply immersed in Krishna Katha, in remembrance of Krishna, what a wonderful effect it has for the devotees. And so I should say only that I'm very happy that you're all here. I'm very happy that you've taken the steps to come and listen to the Hari Katha that Maharaj will present to us. And I'm truly hopeful that the sectarian feelings, the feelings of I and mine, the feelings of animosity which sometimes exists in our dealings, that this dirt of the Kali Yuga will be washed from our hearts by Maharaj's association. So I wish that all for you. Thank you.
ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालयै कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। भक्त्या विहीनापराधलक्ष्यै क्षिप्ताश्च कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयीं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वन्दे नमस्ते चरणार। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। First of all, I am offering myself so many Dandavat Pranam and my heartily Pushpanjali in the lotus feet of my Holy Master, Nitya Leela Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishman Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. Also at the same time, I am offering my heartily Pushpanjali in the lotus feet of my Shiksha Guru, Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. First of all, I want to say that in my last tour in Western countries, Holland, England, and America, Canada, and all other countries, I told first, though India is poor country, and I have come from India, but I have not come from poor India. I have come from a very healthy, wealthy, and so rich country in Vedic culture and Krishna affection and love. So I have not come here to collect money, wealth, reputation, and any worldly thing. But I have come to give the same object, same mission, and same wealth that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to this world. You have heard so much about Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitang Jena Bhutale Swayang Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Sapadantikam. There are so many associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Advaita Acharya was there, Haridas Thakur was there, Srila Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanand were there. Also, Mahapandit, great learned person of Puri, Sarvabhaum Bhattaraj was there. So many were there. But why Narottam Thakur told that Sri Chaitanya Manobhishta Sthapitang by Rupa Goswami? Why? Haridas Thakur is Namacharya given by himself, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Namacharya. Sarup Damodar was there, Rai Raman was there, so much learned, like teachers of Rupa Goswami. What Rupa Goswami has told only the topics and the same thing what Sarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda Prabhu has come to give. So, why Narottam Thakur told like this? You have heard before from in his lecture, and also Urukram Prabhu and Govinda Bhakta. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not come only to preach Harinam. His interior motive was not that. In so many Kalvijay yugas, lakhs and lakhs Kalvijay, Advaita Acharya, Mahavishnu has done this. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mission was not to give this, only this. Something man, and that was bhakti rasa, not bhakti. Before that, so many acharyas have given bhakti. Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarkacharya, Vishnu Swami, so many has given this thing. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not come only for this, to give bhakti. He has come to this world. And who is he? Who is himself Krishna? In Krishna Leela, in Dwapar Yuga, he tasted mainly all the 5 kinds of rasas. Especially, he tasted gopis, madhur ras. But he was not satisfied by that. He wanted to know Why Srimati Radhika test me more than anyone, more than myself? Why she becomes mad for me? There are several devotees there. I also love Srimati Radhika. But I don't become mad for Srimati Radhika. But Radhika become mad. Why? How he tastes my beauty, my everything. Krishna is more beautiful, no? So much beautiful than Ram, Lakshmi, Narayan and all other. But Srimati Radhika is so beautiful that Krishna has accepted him like his guru of love. But Krishna thinks that there is something in me that it attracts Srimati Radhika also. So if anyone has the same mood of Srimati Radhika, he can test more me and he can serve more and he can control me. So what I have in my beautiful body, in my all things, so if I will take the mood and beauty of Srimati Radhika, then I can test myself. What the thing is in me that it attracts whole world, even creatures, animals, trees, creepers, everything. Even clouds, even deers, even goddesses, devis, everyone. What is that? He could not taste it in Krishna Leela, pastime. So he took the beauty and mood of Srimati Radhika and became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the mercy of Srimati Radhika, mercy of Krishna combined came into Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if we have no mercy from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have no faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we cannot know Radha and Krishna who were there. What is love? Who is Jiva? Who is actually Guru? So everything we can know by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This mood, Srila Rupa Goswami has only described in his books, because he has empowered him in Prayag. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was returning from Vrindavan and going to Puri, in the midway, on the bank of Ganges and Jamunas, where they are meeting, very sacred place, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed his all mercies in Srila Rupa Goswami. And he also told Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Haridas Thakur, Sarup Damodar, Raya Ramananda, Sikhi Maiti, Prabhu, learned person, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and all others, bestow your mercy to Rupa Goswami. That is why he was successful in giving all the modes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very easily. So, if anyone knows the aim and object of Sri Rupa Goswami, interior heart of Krishna and Radha Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through Rupa Goswami he can know, otherwise not. At that time, a society was established, and that society was Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha. Only the translation of that is ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. But really it was established by Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami framed the rules and regulation of all that thing, and president was Rupa Goswami. So the aim and object of that Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha of Krishna consciousness internal was same as Swamiji came to West and East and he gave that mission. I know that in 1916, Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, or Reverend Gurudev, as a Brahmachari, very powerful, very influential. Though he was a boy of 16, he went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu land, Mayapur, and he offered himself in the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur. At that time, that mission, Gaudiya mission, was very, very little. Small, so much small. You should excuse me for my language. I don't know English at all.
You speak.
Anyhow, by your all mercy, ISKCON leaders like Tamal Krishna, Giriraj Swami, and so many Govinda Maharaj in England, Shivaram, all used to come and to make trend in English, something like that. They forced me to speak English, but I never tried for it.
You speak the language of the heart.
So, it may be some mistake. Kindly you should excuse for that. I know that you are so much qualified to take my mood, and that will be the main thing. Prem has his own language. Devotion has his own language. It can skin by eyes, by any mode, by hands. It is not only
Words. Heart transaction.
yes, only speaking, but it can speak by anything. Language will not disturb, no, will not much. It will not make problem. So, what I was telling.
Vinod Bihari.
He met his Prabhupada on 1966 and he take 16 and he took Harinam from him and he joined colleges, and after some year, 3 years, he left the colleges because he used to teach the professors and principals of that colleges. So he left and came totally in the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati in 1919. I had known that Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Abhay Charanar Prabhu, he came in the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada in 22, perhaps, 22. And after that, some years he took second initiation from him. And he was at that time first in Calcutta, and then he came to Allahabad, Prayag. So from 1922, my Gurudev and they were bosom friends to each other. And very learned both were, very strong, never have any fear at all. They can express their thoughts very strongly without any fear. Also, if the President of India made any wrong thing, that Krishna has this body and also material and his soul is there, they both strongly opposed. And they challenged them, the President of India, very learned person in whole world. So, they were bosom friends from very beginning. My Guru Maharaj once came to Allahabad, he stayed with him for so long time, about 6 months with him in Allahabad. After that, you know that in 1968 he took renunciation in 69. 59. I took renounce order in Navadvip by my Gurudev in 1954. And my name was kept Bhakti Vedant Swami Maharaj. Narayana Maharaj. Why it was kept Bhakti Vedant? Because Prabhupada or his disciples gave this nickname to Bhakti Vedant Swami Maharaj. Bhakti Vedant, Abhay Charanat, Bhakti Vedant. They wanted to tell us, to teach whole world, Vedanta is not a Nirvishesha Brahmavadi Sampradaya. Vedanta has meaning bhakti cult only. So, Vedanta is a bhakti book, not Mayavadi Shastra. That is why our Gurudev first took this name of Swamiji, he was given. And we were then told Bhakti Vedant Narayan, Bhakti Vedant Trivikram, Bhakti Vedant Baman Maharaj, my elder god brothers, senior. And so many, about 26 or 27 sannyasis we are given in the name of that Bhakti Vedant. So there was so much relation in between them. At last he came to Mathura in 1958 or perhaps in that. And he lived so much time there. And I requested him. I used to make chapatis for him, so much services to him. I was mutt commander there. I used to help him in his writing books. I used to help him by my kirtan. He liked so much my kirtan. Sometimes he used to play on mridanga and I used to sing so many kirtans. Hari Hare Namah Krishna Jadavai Sri Rupa Gur Manjari Pada Sei Mora Sampat. I was at that time quite young, very energetic. Also I was editor of Sri Bhagavad Patrika. Swamiji Maharaj was what? Sanghapati in our two books. So there was so much familiarity between them. He accepted my praying that he should take sannyas. He took sannyas. And then he came to Delhi and Vrindavan. I was also with him. And when he managed to come to New York in America, he also invited me to come with him. But I told that I am serving my Gurudev. So I will come, I will join you, but in nick time. So he told me to help him. I helped him in sending his all books. He came with nil farthing in America. He came in, not in airlines, he came in navigation, India. With so much suffering he came. You know all more than me. He began to preach from 22nd Avenue in New York, and there is a tree in park. What park? I went there and took the feeders of Swamiji there with hippies. When he used to recite Hare Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Sivas Adi Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram.
The hippies began to dance on the song and make merry. Sometimes they offer wine to Swamiji. Oh, take this. But all the hippies became happy.
Happy hippies.
Yes, became happy, and they became so much pure Vaishnava, we see. And then Swamiji established ISKCON first there, and from there he preached all over his world, wrote so many books. His mission was and object was the same as Rupa Goswami. So he is Rupanuga Vaishnava. He has written in his books that he is Rupanuga Vaishnava. He is the servant of Rupanuga Vaishnava. Rupanuga means to follow the same object and mission of Rupa Goswami. There are two things, Rupanuga and Raganuga. Not much difference in Raganuga and Rupanuga, but some difference. But this topic is so high and confidential. But yet I want to tell very little about this. What is called Raganuga? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to preach this Raganuga. What is this? Krishna is so merciful. And he is ocean of rasa. So he is ocean of rasa. And in the next, he is so much merciful. So he is merciful. He came to preach this Raganuga Bhakti. But how? By the means of Harinam Sankirtan. No? Harinam Sankirtan is Yuga Dharma. So Advaitacharya can have done this. But Prem cannot be given by Advaitacharya. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come. So Anarpit Charing Chirat Karunaya Vatirnaha Kalau Samarpayitum Unnotojjal Rasang Bhakti Shriyam Hariha Purat Sundara Dhyuti Kadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandare Spurutame Sachinandana. I will explain this poem of Srila Rupa Goswami. It will take so much long time. Time has gone. Completed? So we should, I will explain this very, very sweet, interesting. This poem has meaning. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has only come to bestow the sprinkles of Prema Bhakti. What Prema Bhakti? What gopis have. They are Ragatmika. Ragatmik and Raganuga are not same. Ragatmik is only in Golok Vrindavan. Not in Golok, but in Vrindavan. Braja or Gokul. Only there. Their Atma, their soul, everything depends on Rag. They have natural Rag, natural love, affection for Krishna. So they are Ragatmika. Ragatmi of three kinds. Shakha, Vasalya and Madhur. Shakha, Sridam, Sudam, Madhmangal, Subal, all. Vasalya Ras, Nanda, Jashoda and all the gopis who were above 40, they are householders. All the mothers and fathers used to think that Krishna is my son, especially Nanda and Jashoda. Among Nanda and Jashoda, Jashoda has more affection for Krishna. So he is called Jashodanandan. He is called also Nandanandan, but Jashoda has more affection for this. And more the gopis, young gopis, like Srimati Radhika, Lalita, Vishakha and all. All are ragatmik. If anyone has greed in this world to serve Krishna in three ways, especially in the mood of gopis, then he is called Araganuga. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give most important thing, the same mood of like gopis. And this is called Araganuga Bhakti. He has come to give this world. And to test the moods of Srimati Radhika. These are prominent reason of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming to this world. But at that time Jugadharma was named Sankirtan. So he gave all these things through name, Harinam Sankirtan, with love and affection. Even to animals, creepers, trees, whoever came in the sight of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from different place, far away, they also were what? In Krishna Prem. They all became mad. All four. Mad elephants, tigers, serpents, deers, everywhere. When he was going to Vrindavan from Puri, everywhere. Shone with the personality of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they became all Vaishnava. There was no caste and creed. Whoever seen Chaitanya Mahaprabhu far away, they become all Vaishnava. Even grasses, even plants and all others, deers, tigers. So, Swamiji has, but what is Rupanuga? If anyone wants among any of the 3 or 4 same mood and to serve Krishna, they are called Raga Nuga. But a special mode of Rupa Goswami, he was in Krishna, time of Krishna, he was a Rup Manjari. He was serving Radha and Krishna conjugal, but more inclined towards Srimati Radhika. He was the Dashi of Srimati Radhika. So his mood, especially those who are greed, a strong greed, to have the mood of a Rup Manjaris are likewise, they are called Rupanuga. Those who have greed to become a Sevak, Dasyaras, or Sakhyaras, Vatsalyaras, they can be called Raganuga. But especially those who want the mood of Rupa Goswami are Rupanuga. So we are so much fortunate to come in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All the leaders, all the acharyas in this line, up to Swamiji, my Gurudev, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, all were Rupanuga Vaishnava. Same mood. So we are also lucky so much. So we are, मैं उनके ये हैं, उन्हीं के सक्सेशन में हम लोग.
We are in the same discipline succession.
Yes, yes, yes. So we are entitled to have that. We are not Rupanuga, we don't want this. Then you should not come in this line. Should not come. Openly Swamiji in his Chaitanya Charitamrita explanation, several times, not one time, several times he disclosed this thing. You can read Chaitanya Chaitamrita first 4. I will try to give some narration about this. In my classes, I think that I will be here for 3 weeks. Regular class to be done, without any caste and creed. This is my party, this is his party, this is his party. Not like this. I have so much honor as for my Gurudev, to Pujyapad Siddhar Maharaj, to Swamiji, to Nemi Maharaj, to Sauti Maharaj, all these senior most associates of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. I am so lucky and fortunate to have association of all the old and senior most sannyasis of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami. At that time I was there, but not I have joined the mission, unluckily. Pujyapad Bhaman Maharaj, he is in the same age, he has seen Prabhupada, and he came to Mayapur in the presence of Srila Prabhupada at the time. He came before Siddhar Maharaj joined the mutt, but he was a very little boy, at the about the age 10 or 11 or 12.
10.
And he was reading in Bhakti Vinod Institute. But I came after that, when Prabhupada went in 37. Amen. So unluckily, I could not meet Srila Prabhupada. But I am so lucky that I came in the lotus feet of my Gurudev. He was very, very much offered to Srila Prabhupada. And thus, I was telling that how Swamiji and my Gurudev were bosom friends from
the beginning.
Yeah. And I have the affection of both. Also, I want to tell you that I have helped him, Swamiji, in so many ways when he was in preaching. Also in the last date, he called me. As he told that, keeping my hands in his hands, with some tears he told that you should excuse me. My God brother should excuse me. I have done something for preaching, not willingly. And also I want that you should help me, my all disciples. What kind of help he wanted? Money? Any intelligence? They are more intelligent. Something learning, they are so much learned. Not for this. I know that he was knowing that he can help in Krishna Bhakti. And the aim and object for which he came to Western and Eastern countries, to bestow a sprinkle of Raganuga Bhakti or Rupanuga Bhakti. That he has written in his all books, especially in Srimad Bhagavata explanations and in Chaitanya Charitamrita explanations. In his Krishna book, he has given. I was ordered. Now I want, from beginning, I tried to obey his orders. So for not other any gain I have come here. I have only come to give the same mission, same object, same teaching, and to help ISKCON. I know that some sincere disciples are thinking that they are now orphan, helpless. But I want to tell them that Swamiji is not dead. He is still today as he was. So be nirbhay,
Fearless.
fearless. He can help you when you will pray him. He has sent me also. I have not come to share wealth and reputation and anything, disciples. I have come only to help them. And especially the disciples of Swamiji who feel neglected. For any reason, they have left ISKCON. But they cannot leave ISKCON. I know that there is not only a Sanstha ISKCON, but this mood, this object is ISKCON. And it is for ever. It is not a new thing. So I think they are all ISKCON who are adopting the mood of Swamiji, of Rupa Goswami. They are chanting and remembering. They cannot leave ISKCON. They can leave any leader, those who are not favorable. But ISKCON is a mood, is a theory. So we should think that we are not out of ISKCON. So I want to make ISKCON so strong, not to share money or anything worldly desire. They should not also fear from me. I want to go to ISKCON here. There is ISKCON perhaps.
Yes.
There are deities.
Yes. Radha Krishna Ji.
There is Bhakti
Murti of
Vedant Swami Maharaj.
Yes.
Yes. So I want to go. But if they will oppose and they will tell that you should not come here, then I will have to think. Otherwise, think we are all in one family, Gaur family, Gaur Parivar. I have nothing against anything. Nothing. If we are associating with new one, bona fide, new one, why we have to struggle with devotees? So nothing to quarrel, nothing to make any problem for them. I have come to solve the problems. That we are all in one family, Gaur Parivar. We should not quarrel. We should solely preach, सब लोग मिलकर, unitedly, we should do all these things. And it should be always pure, not mixed with worldly desires and all these things. Not to be in the same class forever. Understand? Not to be in the same class where we are reading first in 40 years before. ABCD. But ABCD in like arithmetic. What? Not ABCD one, but let ABC be a triangle. It's higher authority.
It's dynamic.
Yes. So gradually we should try to come what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted, what was the object of Srila Rupa Goswami, he has written in his books, and try to develop our Krishna consciousness. So we have nothing to fight with anyone, no grudge to anyone, we are not enemy to anyone, we don't want money, they should keep money if they like, reputation. I am not a learned person, I am not going to argue or anything to them that I am like you. So humbly I beg that I will here in my this tour, I will explain gradually the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the teaching of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, our disciple Guru, only this. And how we can enter in that? Nothing else. We are not coming here to make any party. You don't. You should give honor to all who are chanting Krishna. Those who are not Madhyam or Uttam, yet you should give them respect. I used to give respect to all. Those who are in Kanishta or low than Kanishta, even.
To all souls.
So, I should take leave today, and next day we will meet together and discuss. You can also ask anything if you like from tomorrow. I will try to answer the questions, and thus for 3 weeks we will discuss all these things. Gaur Praman. Krishna Das?
I have an announcement.
He wants to make an announcement.
You can, yes.
I was requested to make an announcement that kirtans will start at 4 o'clock instead of 5. And Gurudev will speak, is that right, Daveen? Start speaking approximately at 5 o'clock. So 5 to 6, and kirtan at 4.
There should be morning classes also.
Yes.
There are so many learned persons. They will speak. Sometimes I may come for 15 minutes to answer any question. And in evening I will give class. Morning kirtan. Some classes should be done daily.
Yes.
In evening, after classes, arti should be done. Tulsi parikrama should be done. Bring pranam to all Vaishnavas. Tulsi parikrama, all should be done. Now for 3 weeks it is a mart. Like this teaching center.
What time?
Srila
Oh, the Sampradaya here.
Yes, it's like something's more than that.
Ekirtan,
We can announce to them that
Yeah.
in morning time
decide.
we can have Mangalarti at 6.
Okay. Mangalarti will be at 6 o'clock here. And as Gurudev was just saying, now for the next 3 weeks, this is a mat. Go to Haribo.
Gauranga bolite have pulakasam.
Krishna
Where
Das?
is Krishna Das?
Krishna Das.
You can do.